You yourself give your introduction about your topic and in which class. Over. Without.
My name is Satyam Anu. I am from MTech section. My seminar topic is engineering property of soil. I am going to present it. These are my content which I am going to cover. Introduction. Soil is basically the ultimate product of weathering, which is forming the uppermost layer of the earth crust consisting of mineral particles, organic matter, water and the air. Engineering property of soil is crucial in civil engineering and soil behavior in various applications. Engineering geology provides insight into the soil composition, formation and geological process. The geological factors which are such as the weathering, depositions and the compaction are contribute to the variability in the soil properties. Soil profile. Soil profile is basically the vertical section of the soil that reveals the various horizons such as the O horizon, A horizon, E horizon, D horizon and C horizon. O and A is the topsoil and B is the subsoil and E is the transition between the topsoil and the subsoil. These soil profile basically provide the composition, texture, structure and the permeability of the soil at different depths. Grading. Grading is the variation in the grain size in the soil. Well-graded soil has the range of grain sizes and well-graded soil has the higher shear strength, higher density, reduced compressibility, higher stability and the higher bearing capacity and relatively low high permeability. In uniform graded soil has the narrow zone of the gradation and or the grain size variation as shown in the curve. Uniform soil curve has the narrow zone. And the poorly graded soil or the gap graded soil has the size variation, but there is a missing the intermediate particle size. It gives the lower density and the lower strength. The term uniformity coefficient is used for the degree to which the particles are of same size. It is given by the formula such that the D60 by D10. It gives the range of the grain size such that if uniformity coefficient is 1, then the soil is of the same diameter particles. If the general soil has the uniformity coefficient greater than 1, and the coefficient curve is basically the smoothness of the curve and the shape of the curve, which is represented by the formula D30 square upon D60 into D10. For the well-graded soil, the coefficient of curvature vary from 1 to 3. The index property of soil has the such that it provides the essential information about the soil behavior and suitability for the engineering applications. There are various index properties such as the grain size distribution, which determine particle size properties such as the proportions such as the gravel, sand, silt and clay. And Atterberg limits is the content of the moisture in the soil that classify the liquid limit, plastic limit and the shrinkage limit. And the plasticity is the measure of the soil deformation ability without cracking or breaking. Specific gravity is the ratio of the particle density to the water density, and the moisture content is the percent of the water in the soil. Atterberg limit or the limit of consistency. If we add the water to the dry soil, then the various states will occur such as the solid state, semi-solid state, plastic state and the liquid state. There are various limits that are the Atterberg limits such as the shrinkage limit, plastic limit and the liquid limit. Shrinkage limit is the limit that separates the solid state and the semi-solid state. And the shrinkage limit is defined as the moisture content in percentage at which the volume of the soil mass ceases to change. In the figure, the porcelain disc is shown having the soil sample initial before the drying. The volume of the soil sample is Vi and the mass is M1. And after the drying, the soil volume is decreased and the volume will be the Vf and the soil mass will be M2. Then the shrinkage limit is defined by the formula M1 minus M2 upon M2 into 100 and minus Vi minus Vf upon M2 density of water into 100. As shown in the table, there are some clay minerals which have the shrinkage limit, such as the montmorillonite has the 8.5 to 15 shrinkage limit and the illite has the 15 to 17 and kyolanite has the 25 to 29. And the plastic limit is the limit of the moisture content at the state where the soil changes from the semi-solid state to the plastic state. And the liquid limit is the representation of the moisture content at which the soil transitions from the plastic state to the liquid state. The plasticity index is the range of moisture content over which the soil exhibits the plastic behavior, and it is calculated by the liquid limit minus plastic limit. The plastic limit is 0, means that it is non-plastic and the non-cohesive. Plasticity is basically having the clay mineral in it, and if the plastic limit is varies from 1 to 7, then it is a low plastic and the partially cohesive. If plasticity index varies from 7 to 17, then it is medium plastic and having the cohesiveness. If the greater than 17, then the soil have the highly plasticity and very cohesive. Toughness index. The shear strength of the clay at the plastic limit is a measure of its toughness. It is defined by the ratio of the plastic index to the flow index. Influence of the clay mineral in the soil. The clay mineral are the fine-grained particles that present in the silts and clays. It influences the plasticity so that the plasticity is increased when the clay is included in the soil, and causing for the plasticity behavior. And the cohesion and the shear strength are also affected such that the cohesiveness is increased by the influence of the clay mineral. And the swelling and shrinkage, then the clay mineral undergoes volumetric changes with the moisture content. The swell behavior can cause the soil movement, cracking and the structural damage. Permeability also affected by the clay minerals, such as shows the low permeability and the poor drainage. Liquefaction. It is when the seismic events or the cyclic loading is done in a saturated soil, then the shear strength of the soil is lost. Then and it transform into the liquid-like state. This is basically occur into the sandy and the silty sand. Soil behave as a fluid, leading to ground-shaking, settlements and structural damage. The consequences of liquefaction is basically the bearing capacity failure and the large ground displacement, formation of sand volcanoes. The factor is basically high groundwater levels and the seismic activity. Behavior and the loads, effective, neutral and the total stress. The total stress is the applied forces to the soil mass, such as the gravitational stress and the applied loads. Effective stress is the portion of the total stress carried by the solid particles, such as the total stress minus the core water pressure. And the core water pressure or the neutral stress are the water pressure exerted by the water in the void spaces. Lateral earth pressure and the arcing in the soil mechanics. Lateral earth pressure are the horizontal forces exerted by the soil against the retaining structure of the surfaces. These are basically influenced by the soil properties, well geometry and the wall geometry and the soil stress state. The arcing is the phenomena in the soil masses during load induced deformation. Arcing redistributes applied loads, reducing the pressure on certain portion of the soil, commonly observed in the retaining wall, slopes and the foundation. Pressure, expansive pressure, consolidations and the compressibility. Expansive pressure are due to the clay soils. When it absorbs the water and the volume of the soil will be expand or increase. Expansive clay mineral like smectite swells and exerts significant pressure on it, and causing the uplift, cracking and distortion of the foundation and structure. And the consolidation is basically the occur in saturated soil where the applied load rearrange the soil particle and expels the water. And important for structure on compressible soil. The compressibility describe a soil tendency to undergo volume change under the applied load. Compressible soil can experience significant settlement. Conclusion. Engineering property of soil are crucial in geotechnical engineering and the civil engineering. The soil property influence the foundation design, slope stability, soil stabilization and the construction method. Site investigation, laboratory testing and the geotechnical analysis are essential for accurate characterization. These are my references. Thank you.